Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to D Smith Let's Discuss. Man, if you have been watching the YSL trial or still watching the YSL trial, guess what? The trial is still a soap opera. The trial is still wild. Ms. Viverino, aka Miss Burrito, aka Miss Liar, aka I'm gonna add my opinion when you are asking me a question. I will not answer yes or no. I'm gonna make the facts my facts for this case. Miss aka I hate people. Insert your own B word. Insert your own B word. Miss Hilton, Miss Liar, Mr. Abbott, and the other white guy. This trial is crazy wild. Mr. Weinstein kicked it all off. Kicked it all off. But first, I have to show you this Twitter quote, X quote, whatever you want to call it. Why have they turned this trial into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta courts? If you know, you know. If you've been following it, you know it's been some drama lately between the detective that's on the witness stand and Miss Kayla Bumpus, an attorney that was representing YSL Woody, that is allegedly married. Well, it's been confirmed that is married to Shannon Stillwell or Shannon Jackson. The last two YSL defendants, they're going to get off, in my opinion. Pause. But check this out right here. Let's go.
What's that?
Yeah, I have a motion to strike the testimony of Investigator Viverito as well as any evidence that came under her. And the reason I make this motion, Your Honor, is yesterday it came up that she had not been, that she had been following the case. The court asked me to not pursue that.
I'm not up that she had been following the case. It came up that she knew that somebody had mentioned her on Twitter.
Okay, and your opinion would have been different if she was following the case?
No, if you know that she was following the case, that doesn't exclude her as a witness. You can let the jury know that.
Okay, because...
You can ask her that.
I can ask her about her following the case?
Sure, and we'll see what she says.
Okay.
And if that's so, then it still doesn't exclude her testimony. It just lets the jury know, well, she may know some of this other stuff from listening to some other witness.
Okay, because what I would like to get into, and we may as well bring it up now before the jury is here, is that she got into an altercation out in the hallway with Kayla Bumpus.
How is that relevant to the guilt or innocence?
I'm about to go there, Your Honor.
Okay.
Just let me finish a second. She got into it because she was watching.
Judge, be quiet. Be quiet. Let the man cook. Let the man cook. Be quiet, Judge.
In Kayla Bumpus's YouTube feed about this case, and Kayla Bumpus apparently called her.
Okay, you may get into whether she's been tracking this case.
Mm-hmm.
You may not get into whether she got into a dispute.
Hey, the judge was like, no more drama in this case. I can't take it no more. This is what the judge is saying. No, I can't take it.
With somebody about their posts.
It gets into her bias against these defendants, Your Honor. It goes directly to it.
What are you proposing to ask?
I'm proposing to ask if she told Kayla Bumpus in the hallway that was the last time she was going to call her a hoe. It goes direct.
I'm sorry, the last time who was going to call?
Kayla, sorry for the pronouns. That Kayla Bumpus was going to call Investigator Viverito
We need to
a
get
hoe.
into the last or just that somebody.
I think we need to get into who it was.
Why?
Because she's married to Mr. Jackson.
Well, was she at the time? Is this for real, y'all?
You hear the judge? Did you hear the judge?
None of this is relevant. Whatever is happening between Ms. Bumpus, Mr. Jackson, this has nothing to do with the guilt or innocence.
Unfortunately, the bias of a witness, well, fortunately, or I strike that. It is not fortunate or unfortunate, except for the fact that it is dragging this case on even longer. But a witness's bias towards a party may always be shown.
If she isn't, this, if
Y'all talk at the same time.
Caleb Bumpus is not a party to this incident. Caleb.
Yes, but if she's married to one of the parties, then that might qualify.
I don't know. I'm not the proponent of this evidence. I'm hearing Mr. Weinstein out, but my silence should not be viewed as acquiescence that I believe this should be admitted. I need to hear what Mr. Weinstein's saying because I may have an objection myself.
what I'm saying is that if there is a relationship between Ms. Bumpus and the defendant, then Investigator Viverito's bias against that.
Against being called a bad name?
No.
Look at Miss Hilton. Look at Miss Hilton. Look at her. Like, oh my God, we got to rest this case. We have to rest this case. I cannot take it no more. Look at her. Clear sign, like, oh my God, this is giving me a headache. Right or wrong, drop a comment.
If she is in an altercation with someone that's in a relationship with the defendant, I think, and especially if it is a threat, because
How is that a threat?
that's the last time you're going to call me a hoe. I mean, I've had clients arrested for less.
You may ask.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, I'm not finished with my sentence. You may ask if she is following the case and has been following the case in any kind of manner. But it's really only relevant if she listened to the testimony of a witness. So you could ask that. But if she's just looking at, and I don't even know if she was looking at, maybe somebody told her. So why don't we get her in here and find all of that out?
Man, somebody get rid of that judge. Somebody get rid of that judge. She is ready to go home for the holidays and spend time with her family. And then y'all bring this up? I can't take it.
Outside the presence of the jury before we go into something that ends up being a bunch of nothing.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring it up when the jury wasn't here, Your Honor.
So we also have a realistic science that is Ms. Bumpus represents
Yeah, I mean, I don't think saying who this is before we find out anything, I mean, do we know whether, we don't even know whether she's actually married to him or if she was married to him at the time or if Miss Viverito knows that or if it was because of any kind of bias against Mr. Stillwell or just that she doesn't like being called that name.
Well, and no one would, Your Honor, obviously. But if she is in an altercation with someone in a relationship...
What do you mean by altercation?
A verbal altercation.
Okay. I mean,
You know,
a verbal, that's the last time you're going to call me that?
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
That's the last time you're going to call me that? That's not exactly an altercation. Is that all you...
Man, this judge is wild, boy. This judge is wild.
That's all I have.
Okay. That's it. I think that this is for O3 material.
Hoisted on my own petard, Your Honor.
Correct. All right. Let's get the witness back in and the jury back in.
So a lot of people are calling this messy right here, this part right here. Why did he bring it up? Hey, I want my clients to win. I done built this relationship for the last 2 years with Shannon. Hey, it is what it is. At this point, we laying everything on the table. If the prosecution can continue to lie, hey, we gonna throw some bullshit in the game. That's it. We're going to throw some bullshit in the game. If the prosecution and this witness they have hates my clients, we're going to bring it out in the open. If that witness on the stand has an agenda, we're going to bring it out. So I continue watching it just to see their reactions and their defense. Well, the two lawyers are laughing. Yak and Shannon is like, man, I just don't believe what happened. Man, that's crazy. 2 years. I wonder what type of friendship they formed. 2 years together every day for 12 hours. Hey, Bashar was killing Miss Viverino. How do you pronounce her name? But Miss Burrito, straight liar. Straight trash. Straight trash. I'm right or wrong. It's crazy how they turn. It's not crazy, but this is a ghetto hot mess of a trial. Ghetto hot mess. And the judge is like, what the hell is going on? This trial is a hot mess. So I'm not sure what the jury is thinking. They didn't see this part, of course, but just watching it, them two brothers coming home, man. I guess. Who knows? But let me know what you think. Man, do you think these two brothers are coming home? Yak and Shannon. Man, they turned this trial into Love and Hip Hop Atlanta courts. They turned this trial into a hot ghetto mess. Right or wrong? Let's discuss. Drop a comment, man. Thanks for attending this session. I'm out of here.